We're going to pity their neighbor, family members, all right?
It says, and every one against his neighbor, city against city,
city against city, state against state, borough against borough, county against county,
and kingdom against kingdom,
and kingdom against kingdom, one nation, one country against another.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
All right, and read that part again.
It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof.
The spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof. All right, all these people, witchcraft, their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding are going to fail, all right?
It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
And the council, all the council of the wicked, all these politicians, all these lodges, man, these satanic lodges, all that's going to be shut down. You got, what's that? Yale, Harvard, what's the other one? Princeton. Oh man, these fraternities and secret. Yep, all these, all they just gonna be shut down, man.
It says, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits.
Yep, they're gonna seek to their witches, their warlocks, their lodge leaders, whatever you call them. They ain't gonna have any answers, and a lot of them gonna be dead.
Yeah, because I tell you one thing real quick.
Got it.
That's what these damn devils do. You know, these so-called white people, these Edomites, these people that rule these nations, of course they got mad jobs, man. Of course they got monthly prognosticators. They deal with all of that stuff. You see, in the ancient world, they would look to the heavens. They look to the heavens and look at the stars and see if the stars give them the signs to tell them what's to come in the future. They actually did that back in the ancient world. And guess what? They do the same thing now. You think that they don't got so-called tarot card readers? You think they don't deal with the left-hand side? Of course they do. You know?
Them demons ain't gonna give you no answers soon. Because Satan, the Lord have it where Satan got you in delusion. Satan is dealing with you right now.
Yep.
It says, and to the wizards.
And to the wizards, the warlocks. You know, a lot of them be levitating, man. It's for real. You know, on a lower level, they do the witchcraft over the music while it's mastered. They throw that thing on there. You ever know you're at camp, you see a song, you catch yourself like, damn, you about to bop to the tune. You know, because, there's no enchantment against Jacob. Got it.
As a matter of fact,
Isaiah 47.
real quick, I just came to mind. Then you got this woman named Helen Blavatsky, right? She was typing Helen Blavatsky. Anybody got that on your phone?
Helen Blavatsky.
Helen Blavatsky. HELENBLAVATSky. It'll pop right up. Because you know, in the 19th century, which is the 1800s, that was like you had an occult movement in the United States. A lot of people don't know that. They actually had an occult movement. As a matter of fact, it was said that Abraham Lincoln's wife had consulted familiar spirits, if I'm not mistaken. You got it?
Helen Blavatsky. It says Helen Petrovna Blavatsky was a Russian mystic and author who co-founded the Theosophical Society in 1875. She gained an international following as the leading theoretician of theosophy.
Now let me check your thing real quick. Babe, 1 second. This is up. Type in America. Baby, 1 second. Because they had an occult movement in the United States in the 19th century, but it's the 1800s. Now, I'm gonna see if I can find something on it real quick. Baby, 1 second. I got something. It's called www.jstor, right? .org. It says the rise of 19th century American spiritualism, 1854 to 1873. So read about a little bit. It says, according to contemporary estimates, during the third quarter of the 19th century, thousands and perhaps millions of Americans participated in spiritualism, defined here as talking with the dead. Come on, man.
This is the Blavatsky.
Yeah, which goes into that era. And that's what the occult movement is what brought over here to the U.S. When you look into it. It says, well, there is no way to verify these estimates directly, and abhorrence of organization makes the movement difficult to chart. Just read that. It says, some locations hosted spiritualist lectures, so some places had spiritualist lectures, different things about the occult, designed to make new converts and strengthen the already converted, much like revival meetings in other denominations. Some of these lectures spoke conventionally, but others spoke of the dead in a trance state. That's how when you go to Leviticus, it speaks about don't consult with familiar spirits. They actually do this, brother.
Yeah.
You might be like, I don't know, these brothers might be, I don't think they're doing all that, bro. Like, I know he's sort of the devil, but he ain't consulting with the dead. No, he's doing it.
It's on the left-hand side.
It's on the left-hand side. Those who wanted to give lectures advertised in newspapers.
Isaiah 47, verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
See? So Esau's saying, none seeth me. Don't nobody see what I'm doing. Don't nobody see what's going on. That's what Esau is saying. Right? But little does you know, the eyes of the Lord to the angels are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. See, there's places that the sunlight can't reach. You can go in your house, you can close your blinds, sunlight can't reach you. But the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter. So it can reach places that light can't reach. So no matter where you think you're hiding, the eyes of the Lord to the angels are always there. There, bro.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou,
Esau's wisdom and knowledge has perverted him. Esau's wisdom and knowledge has boosted him in pride, leading him to believe that he is a God. But as the scripture says in Ezekiel, he's just a man. Right?
and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
There you go.
Therefore, verse 11, shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
There you go. There's more to that? That's self-explanatory. Go ahead.
Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries,
See, stand now at thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. Go ahead.
wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So he's still been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
Go ahead.
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
There you go. You got something else?
Yep. Because you gotta know that these are the biblical Edomites.
Yeah.
And they're the wicked according to the Bible. There's a reason why the Most High called them the wicked.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they operate off of that vibration, the left-hand side, man.
Right.
That's where they get their power from. They get their power from the left-hand side of the Heavenly Father. All right? Everything that's adverse and opposite to righteousness. This is Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
See, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. So we know America is that well-favored harlot. Because America is that place that people seek. They have great favor of America. They want to go there. They thought America had streets of gold and everybody had Cadillacs at one time. So it said because of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot. So you know America is the well-favored harlot, but America indulges in many great whoredoms, many great occult sciences, many occult images, idols. Go ahead, brother.
The mistress of witchcraft.
The mistress of witchcraft.
Right.
That's America. America is the mistress of witchcraft. Go ahead.
And I believe mistress is an imperious, woman. Yeah,
Right.
imperious woman, man. All right.
That's right, brother.
It says, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcrafts.
Yep. Go ahead.
Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh.
The Most High said he's against thee. The Most High is against that. The Most High is not for that. The Most High is against that. Go ahead.
It says, behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
So the Most High is going to discover your skirts upon your face. Meaning what? The Most High is going to reveal you. Go ahead.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
The Most High is going to show the nations your wickedness and the kingdom thy shame, so it's going to be completely exposed. Go ahead.
And I will cast abominable filth upon thee.
There you go. So America's going to be shamed. Yes, sir.
1 second, bro.
One more thing, okay.
Yeah, one more. And make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. We see this happening with America as we speak. All the, the abominable filth that's that the Lord that the Lord has exposed this so-called white man for.
Yeah.
All right, the pederasty, which that goes all the way back to the Romans and the Greeks. Right? They ain't nothing changed about this so-called white man, this Edomite.
Yeah.
Now it's on a whole nother level. Right? Then you got the wicked philosophies. You got the oppression of the Israelites. This homosexual vibe out here,
Right.
which the scriptures call Sodom in Egypt. All right, that's abominable filth. All right, right here that the Lord is still dealing with. He's dealing with America in its abominable ways. That's why the scriptures say, "Mystery Babylon, mother of harlots and abominations of the earth."
Yep. I got some real quick things. Brother, the scripture, Nahum 3 and 4 says, mistress of witchcraft, right?
Yeah.
Now, you go to the word mistress on the Epsom online, it says mistress now, circa 1300, right? Give me 1 second.
There you go.
Okay, it says, you jump down, it says, sense of a woman who employs others or has authority over household and servants. It's from early 15th century, meaning woman who has mastered an art or branch of study. So it says the mistress of witchcraft, she's mastered that art of witchcraft. She's mastered that branch or that study of witchcraft. Come on. So that's what that means. America's the mistress of witchcraft. America has mastered that art or branch or study of witchcraft, man.
See that? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47, verse 3.
Read a little bit more of this real quick before we bring it out. A little more. It says, those who wanted to give lectures advertised in newspapers. The return addresses on these ads identify the location where one or more residents felt qualified to speak, either about spiritualism or for the dead. For example, go down. It says, as time went on, lectures by itinerant spiritualists were increasingly augmented or replaced by regular established meetings. It will give you much more. It says, in the earliest years of the movement, spiritualist newspapers also published the names and locations of sales agents who are charged with bringing in new subscribers and serving existing ones. Whether or not these agents were spiritual, so basically, it was a big business. People were really into this thing. That's how crazy it was, man. And you wonder why America worshipped Egypt so much. You wonder why America worshipped Egypt. Egypt was doing the same thing. Consulting with the dead. The Egyptian Book of the Dead. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, it tells you about how it's the Book of the Dead. It's supposed to be for the dead to guide themselves to the spiritual world. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Oh, you gotta read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, man. That's a occult book. When you go into them different Egyptian stuff, they got different. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, they got spells in there that tells you how. Because basically, when you're a mummy, your body's all wrapped up. Right. It's like a spell you got to basically open up the whole part of your mouth, so you can be able to speak in certain words that's in the book, different incantations. But just satanic stuff.
Bullshit. And when you observe America, don't you know in every major city in America, what do they push? They push palmists. What is a palmist? Modern day, that's a modern name for a soothsayer.
Yeah.
All right, the psychic readers. All right, tarot card readers and all of that. All right, in every major city in America. All right. They have these establishments set up. You go and pay these people to tell them your future, get your fortune told, and your you know what I'm saying? Your palm read by a bunch of goddamn witches, man.
Yeah.
See, this place is damn wicked as hell, man.
Right, brother.
Yeah, there's a documentary called Signs or Symbols, if I recall correctly. And in this documentary, the author shows you different signs and symbols that these devils use subtly, such as the chevron symbol, the double cross, and these sorts of things.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is basically witchcraft in plain sight.
That's
But
right.
the masses can't see that. But this is Isaiah 47 verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As a matter of fact, let me start up the second verse. First verse, actually. Isaiah 47 verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
you got it, huh?
yeah, so it's gonna no longer be called tender and delicate. Now in the ancient world, the Babylon. Now that's going into ancient Babylon, but that applies to modern day Babylon as well, which is America, because there's gonna be no throne, and it's called the what? The daughter of the Chaldeans.
It says, the daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right, so there's no more gonna be called tender and delicate. In the ancient world, that's referenced in ancient Babylon, but it's also mentioned in America. Because that's how America is looked at, being tender and delicate. See, America has not yet to suffer no great tribulation. But the great tribulation is coming. Go ahead.
It says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks.
So take the millstones and grind mill. So it's called, it's a virgin daughter of Babylon. So it's comparing it to a virgin daughter. But then now it's saying take the millstones and grind mill. So you were once tender and delicate. Oh, I'm tender and delicate. I don't gotta do this. I'm like a delicate woman. No. You're gonna take the millstones, you're gonna grind mill. You're not gonna be tender and delicate no more. You're gonna go through hardships. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks.
Uncover thy locks. Because you know in the ancient world you have women that will cover their hair.
Right.
No, you're gonna uncover that. Everything will be seen. Everything will be revealed. Go ahead.
Make bare the legs.
Make bare your legs, so your legs is bare. The legs will be covered, but now it's gonna be made big. Go ahead.
It says, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
So make bare your legs, uncover your thighs, roll all the way up, and guess what? Pass over the rivers. Like if you got a garment on, and oh my garment to get wet, so you put on water, you're gonna pull it up a little bit. So make bare the legs, uncover the thigh, and pass over the river. Go ahead.
It says, pass over the rivers, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right, so America's nakedness is going to be uncovered, and the shame going to be seen. Out there in Central Park, when we used to teach out there, they had an obelisk right there. Remember that, brother?
Yep, that's right.
And that
Cleopatra's needle.
Cleopatra's needle, and that obelisk was actually brought from Egypt.
That's right. Heliopolis, Ptolemaic Egypt.
See that? Like the brother said, Ptolemaic Egypt. So it was actually brought from Egypt itself.
Right.
And I remember one time we was teaching, we had some Israelite women and some Edomite women that kept running around the damn joint.
Oh yeah. See,
And I think it was on Halloween.
That's some that's some kind of ritual.
Exactly. They kept running around and running around and running around.
That's ritual.
They were trying to train with some dark energy. Yeah, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
There you go. I mean, so we already know that. You know? So that's what it is, man. And the Most High is going to create a great separation. As a matter of fact, I was doing some research this week. I was going to do a lesson. I might do it this upcoming week, going into the Samaritans. In fact, can somebody get St. John the 4th chapter? Because you know the scripture tell you the Jews had no dealing with the Samaritans. When you go into the history, you find out. Remember in 2 Kings 17th chapter, when they had to send a priest in to get in the law?
Right. Yeah. So the lions was tearing
The
them.
lions were tearing them apart. Kind of find out the Samaritans had their own Torah written in the Samaritan text. Which makes sense because if Israelite priests had to go and teach them the law, it had to be written down. Not only that, they had built a temple in a place called Mount Gerizim. You know how Israel had Mount Sinai, they built a temple in Mount Gerizim. So scripture says, our fathers worship in this mountain. That's the mountain it was talking about in St. John 4th chapter. So that go to, you got it, who got this? St. John 4th chapter? You got it? Okay.
This is John 4 and 7. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua said unto her, give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou being a Jew askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria.
So now we right there already know it's obvious that the Jews and Samaritans got no dealings. Why would she ask the Lord that? Right?
It says, for the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Right, the Jews had no dealing with the Samaritans. Now when you go to 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, somebody get that 2 Kings 17 with Shalom and Israel that put the heathens in our land?
So, 2 Kings chapter 17, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. And it says, against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to the So king of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away in Assyria and placed them in Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against Yahweh their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and had feared of the gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord have cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel which they have made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their power. And they built them high places in all their cities, and from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. It says, and they set them up images and groves in every high hill.
And this is my Israel, right? Let's jump down a little bit. Okay. Let's jump to verse, where it says, right here, 24.
Okay.
So we know why the Most High took Israel out the land. So let's jump right down to that point.
Verse 24, 2 Kings 17, 24.
Yep.
And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Kutha, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim.
When you think of that word, what you think of? Sephardic. Yeah, Sephardic. Go ahead. Like a Sephardic Jew, go ahead.
And placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel.
So they placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. So you got heathens up in there. Go ahead.
And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was the beginning of their dwelling there, that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them.
So then the Most High sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Go ahead.
And it says, wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the Most High of the land. Therefore he hath set lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the Most High of the land.
There's a little more.
Then the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye have brought from thence, and let them go and dwell there, and let him teach them in the manner of the Most High.
So go get some priests and let them live among the Samaritans and teach them the manner of the Most High. So they had to teach them the laws. Because remember, they was dwelling in that land, but they wasn't keeping the laws, so the Most High sent lions among them to tear them apart. So then a priest of Israel, a Levite, was sent unto them to live amongst them and to teach them the law. So of course, they wasn't just sitting there, okay, everybody gather around, we teach you all the law. The stuff had to be written down, right? You gotta remember, you're a Levite, your whole life is dedicated to the law. So you know this stuff like the back of your hand. So you had to write certain stuff down, write the laws down. Go ahead.
It says, then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Howbeit,
every nation made gods of their own and
I
put
got something
them.
real quick. From what's they called tabletmag.com. Belief. It says the other Torah. A New English translation of the Samaritan Torah offers scholars a different version of the sacred text. While Jews study a number of religious books, from the Talmud to the Shulchan Aruch, which we don't read any of that stuff, we just stick with the scripture, the Bible. And those ain't even real Jews, those are Khazars. The text that provides the religion's very foundation is the Torah. And the version of the Torah most commonly studied by the Jews is known as the Masoretic text, the most authoritative Hebrew version of the Torah. But it is not the only one. A small ancient sect known as the Samaritans rely on the Torah, and the Torah alone as their sole religious text. And the Samaritans use a somewhat different version. Jump down says, but basically, push a little more information here. But basically goes into how the Samaritans, they had a Torah that was written in the ancient Samaritan text. And there was about 6,000 differences between the actual Torah, the first 5 books, and the Samaritan Torah. There's certain differences between it. They try to sit there and we read the article and say, oh, that Samaritan Torah may have been the first Torah, which is BS, because how the hell is it going to be the first Torah when the Torah was given to Israel? Damn, dumbass. If the Torah was originally given to Israel, how the hell yours going to be first? Stupid. And then when you read the Torah, you go into their Torah, it tells you that they simplified certain things. You don't take something that's more complex. The original thing is the original thing is what's complex, and then you take the original thing that's complex and you simplify it. So that which is simplified evidently cannot be the first one, right or wrong? Stupid ass. See how stupid y'all are. Because you got these so-called scholars that, oh, I'm a Samaritan scholar. I'm a scholar of ancient Sumerian history. Ancient Samaritan history. But you got your own agenda that want to try to push that Torah was the first one. To build your career up. Which that ain't true. So now we know that they was taught the law. So they had to have laws written down, and they had to have been written down in their text, in their language for them to understand it. Does that make sense? Go ahead. That's about it on that, man. You can go to, what you had, back in, what you call it? John, yep.
All right, this is John 4:10. Yahushua answered and said to her, if thou knowest the gift of Yahweh, and who it is that said to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
If you knew the Most High, you knew who he was talking to. If you knew this person you talked to that asked you to give him something to drink, you'd have asked him for some living water. In other words, you don't even know you're talking about the Messiah. Right?
It says, the woman say unto him, Sir, there is nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself?
What do you mean, us? See, they actually started thinking they was real Israelites. Oh, you gave it to us, man. Yo, because you remember, this is hundreds of years later. Shalmaneser is 722, 721 BC. That King Shalmaneser, that was King Shalmaneser the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. That's like 721, 722 BC. So this is when the Lord is on the scene. So this is 700 plus years later. So they've been keeping these customs for a long time, for hundreds of years. For hundreds of years they've been keeping these customs. So they really starting to think that they us. It's like these so-called Jews now, so it happened all over again. They really starting to think that they us. You telling them to talk to the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, like you one of his, man. Go ahead. And these idiots, these damn idiots, they out there, people out there teach that woman is an Israelite, but she ain't no Israelite. Go ahead.
It says, read again, John 4:12, art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof himself, and his daughter, and his children, and his cattle? Yahushua answered and said to her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drink of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Yep.
The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Yahushua said unto her, Go call thy husband and come thither. The woman
Let's say
answered,
your husband and get over there. Go ahead.
it says,
You, in other words, you a damn woman. I ain't dealing with you. Go ahead.
The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Yahushua said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou hast is not thy husband.
In other words, you a slut. Go ahead.
And that sayest thou truly. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mountain.
Oh, our fathers worship in this mountain. Man, prophet. Well, I got right here. This is because you look at him like he just comes from some man. This is Mount Gerizim on Wikipedia, right? You read it says archaeology. Excavations at the site were initiated in 1983 and continued until 2006, over 30 years. 20 years. And yielded tens of thousands of finds. Remnants found there identified that a Samaritan temple existed atop Mount Gerizim by the mid-5th century BC. So that temple was there for a while. And that it was eventually destroyed and rebuilt in the early 2nd century BC, only to be destroyed again in 111 and 110 BCE by Jewish forces under the orders of the Hasmonean leader John Hyrcanus. The archaeological finds have shown that the precincts of the Samaritan temple, not including its gates, measure 96 meters, 98 meters inside this perimeter. Thousands of pottery vessels and burned bones of animal sacrifices, sheep, goats, cattle, and doves were found. So they was actually like acting like they was us. Sacrifice this, sacrifice that. Go ahead. Oh, I said go ahead. Like I'm and burned bones of animal sacrifices, sheep, goats, cattle, and doves were found, as well as many stones with inscriptions containing the Tetragrammaton. Which you know what that is, the the Tetragrammaton, the name of the Most High. Yeah, bro.
It says, John 4:19, 4:20, our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Yahushua said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father.
In other words, the hour coming, the time gonna come when you not gonna worship in this mountain. Go ahead.
It says, ye worship, ye know not what.
In other words, you don't even know what the hell you worship. Go ahead.
We know that we worship,
We know what we worship.
for salvation is of the Jews.
We know we worship because salvation is for the Jews. Salvation only for the. So why would the Yahweh Shai have to go and say, listen, salvation is of the Jews, to let you know you doing all that worshiping for nothing. The God you worshiping ain't even dealing with you. The God you still gonna worship. So guess what? For all you people out there talking about, oh, you can convert to so-called Judaism. That's a cut right there. It's a cut right there. They was actually living like us. I sacrifice. Oh, you did that? Oh, sacrifice that lamb. Go get a turtle dog. They were actually like living like they was Israelites.
They do that today. You know?
Yeah.
Follow our laws, you know.
Yeah.
They don't share any big. You
Yep.
know. So, they're not even real Jews.
Freaking devil. Cause you damn devil was a bunch of damn devil. Damn devil. What you had out?
Oh, this is Matthew 25 and 32. And before him shall he be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
So there's gonna be a great separation. You're gonna separate the Israelites from the heathens. It's gonna be a separation. Go ahead.
As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats,
As a shepherd divides the sheep from the goats. Go ahead.
and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
There you go. And then the sheep is talking about the children of Israel. You got that?
I was going to finish all we agree.
Yeah, that was basically the point on that. So now, let's get the book of Matthew, the 20th chapter, and the 16th verse.
This is Matthew chapter 20, verse 16. And it says, so the last shall be first, and the first shall be last.
Right, so the last is going to be first, and the first is going to be last. Yo, y'all brother. So the last is going to be first. Read it again, brother.
It's Matthew chapter 20, verse 16. It says, so the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Right? It says, for many be called, but few chosen.
Yes, so many going to be called to this truth, but guess what? Few going to be chosen. That's just the truth, man. This thing ain't meant for everybody. I was on YouTube, well, today, of course, Well, not of course, but I was on YouTube today. But also, you know, these past few days when I was on YouTube, I was looking at a bunch of old videos from like 8 years ago, 10 plus years ago. When we was first in the camp, you know? And when you go back and look at them videos, you got guys that ain't around no more. You got guys in the camp that was over me that ain't even around no more. You know why? Because they wasn't right in the spirit. A lot of those guys got disenchanted. You know? And you could see it coming before they left. If you were spiritual, or rather the Most High gave you the spirit to see it, the spirit of discernment, you could see it before they was about to go. So yeah, I can tell this brother getting weak. You start seeing little signs. Oh yeah, he ain't used to do that. Oh, so he's doing this now. I don't look too good. But they don't even know that you know, because the spirit is leaving them. And brothers all know. And then once you leave, you got some brothers like, yeah, I saw that coming. Oh yeah, you can tell. Yeah, so and so. Once that time, so and so. When that happened, boom, I already knew. And that was 5 months before he even left. That's actually happened to me before. This brother, I seen this brother like, yeah, this brother getting weak, man. I can tell through the spirit. I can tell. A couple months later, guess what? He resigned from the camp. Good.
2 Peter.
We gotta pray that don't happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Lord, take the Holy Spirit from you, right?
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 20. It says, for if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and
After they escape the pollutions of the world, get the book of 2 Corinthians 13:5. So after they had escaped the pollutions of the world, in other words, the wickedness of this world, they are again entangled therein. So they escaped it, but they entangled. It's like a person running through the forest, running through the woods, and their clothes get caught on some thorns. They get caught up in some vines, and they break free. And then they keep running just to get tangled again. It's like a person that come out of some quicksand. They get out of the quicksand, once they climb out, they jump out, they start running, they fall into another pit of quicksand. So they came out of the pollutions of the world, but then guess what? They're entangled therein. Back, they're entangled again. Go ahead.
it says they are entangled therein and overcome. The latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
The latter end is worse than the beginning. It's worse in the end than it was in the beginning. Because in the beginning, you came out of the world into the truth, but now you left the truth and went back into the world. Get that scripture in Jude where it says, plucked up from the roots twice dead. It's in the book of Jude. Jude's only one chapter. But
What's also talked about in the book of Matthew, how when an unclean spirit leave a man,
Right.
you know, and then, you know, he's meaning that man come in the truth, learn of Yahweh Shai, learn the Lord's statutes and commandments, learn everything that's, you know, about pleasing the Lord, and then he go back into the world. Now, before you go back in the world, that demon is lurking about like, damn, look at this nigga. Cleaned up, doing his thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a demon more powerful than me. And we gonna mess with his mind, and we gonna enter into him, and he's gonna be, and guess what? The first state, the last state of that person is gonna be worse than before, worse off before he came to the truth, man. He's gonna be a full-fledged demon. So you gotta watch it and pray, man. And to tell you in Ephesians 6 and 10 that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, a hierarchy of demons, man. Hey, man, so you gotta be prepared, man.
yeah.
This is a spiritual battle.
This 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
Yeah, you gotta examine yourself whether you be in the faith, man. You know, when you examine something, you test it. When you examine something, you scoping it out, you're placing great focus on it. You gotta examine yourself whether you be in the faith. You got guys that ain't examining themselves, they just around. Like, oh, you got guys that's in the truth that they may go through certain spiritual tribulation, and they just got the mentality in mind, hey, well, you know, we're just supposed to deal with this, man. It's part of it. Well, that's true, but that don't mean you fucking sit there and have the demon attack you. You might have to go on a fast. You might have to go on a fast. You might fast from this night to that night, and then you might feel it still on you, then guess what? You might do it again the next day. You might do 2 days in a row. Maybe not. You might do Monday to Tuesday, then see how you feel. You know, I think it's still there a little bit. I'm gonna go Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. You gotta do that. You gotta pray in the morning. When you fasting, don't be fucking watching the basketball game, man. Don't be going, oh, I'm on a fast right now, and you're watching Michael Jordan highlights. You're on a fast right now, and you're watching goddamn the Lakers or some BS. No, man. You gotta be in a spiritual mind frame. You gotta watch videos. You gotta pray. You might watch a documentary about history or something like that. Put lessons together. That's what you gotta do. You fast and you got demons on you. Pray the Most High to increase your faith. Pray the Most High to help you with your unbelief. That's you guys. That's a part of it. That's a part of it. You gotta do that. You know, you going through something that's been going on for a couple months. You gotta wait and re-examine myself. You know what? I ain't fast since the Day of Atonement, man. And that was 4 months ago. You know, let me go on a fast. And hey, through the Spirit, how about you outside? You go on a fast. That works, man. That works.
Keep you healthy too.
Exactly. Keep you healthy too.
For your brain.
That's right, brother. Good for your brain, your white blood cells. Because you gotta understand something. When you go on when you working out, right? You afflicting your muscles. When you work out, you're doing curls, curling that. What's this? A dumbbell? Dumbbell, no, barbell, right?
Easy curve ball.
Either one, you know what I mean. You're doing that, the curl ball, whatever you're working out. You're afflicting your muscles. And what happens when you afflict your muscles? They come back stronger. So when you fasting, you're afflicting your soul. You're abstaining from the worldly pleasures. You're abstaining from them fleshly desires.
And just to back you up, Ezra, when he was going back and forth with the angels, just to even have a conversation, he had to fast for like 7 days to get those great revelations.
That's right, brother.
You know what I mean? To be on that, you just can't get a revelation. You have to fast. Just like when children of Israel, when the Most High came to said, "Look, I'm going to come talk to them." They had to fast for 3 days, I believe.
They had to fast,
You know?
And to make him back this brother up, he had to eat flowers in the field. I'm saying flowers, no meat, no nothing. Flowers of the field. You know what I mean? And then that's when the Most High came back and started talking to him after 7 days. That's beautiful, man.
It puts you on that level, man. You know, it's like, you know, the phrase is out here, the third eye. But that third eye is really your spirituality. You know? That the Lord did it. Hey, I remember I read I think in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, or I think it was on that it said the prophets, or it might have been another book, but they used to fast two times a week. You know what I mean? I mean, it's tougher now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know, but the point is, like the brother's saying, like the priest is saying, you know, you want a certain demon, certain things in you, you know, you gotta fast to get it out. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate prayer. You know, walking in the spirit, Ephesians with the 5th chapter, Galatians 5.
Walking in the spirit,
Yeah, there you go. You know, you guys got it.
That's right, and that's true. Like we were saying, when you fast, when you work out, you're afflicting your muscle and it comes back stronger. When you fast, you're afflicting your soul, your spirit, and it comes back stronger. You're abstaining from the worldly pleasures, the fleshly lust. That's the day you're gonna be tempted to do this, tempted to do that. But you understand you're on a fast, so you abstain from it. So that shows you the spiritual resistance of wickedness. Yeah, brother.
And add again, brother. Add to what you're saying, because you're right. Brothers are right in the spirit saying it builds you up, your strength. I remember I did a show on it years ago. Going into it, it actually builds it kicks in your survival instinct. Because after 14 hours, you know, your body starts to take the what should I say, the fuel from your body. By your fat. Right? Or
that's true.
Your fat stores, whatever you phrase it. But anyway, it builds more on, what's the term? It builds more on synapse connections in your brain. It's called synapse connections.
SYNAPSE.
Synapse connections. So you build more brain cells, and you build more. Your brain gets stronger. You know what I mean? Off of fasting, man. You know, that's why if you notice, I know sometimes I was fasting. You know, I remember one day in particular, Day of Atonement years ago. I ain't gonna say how long I did it. You know, I don't want to boast enough, but I was fasting, and then I noticed my eyes were like had a big and had a glow. It was like, you know, my eyes were different, man. Like, oh shit, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's core spirituality, man.
That's right, brother. What we're saying is true. It builds you up, man. You might have let's say you probably ain't read a particular chapter. Let's say you ain't read in a couple of days, right? You might be fasting, and all of a sudden your eyes are just glued into the scriptures.
Right.
You're like it's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. You can't even sleep. And so you want to go to freaking sleep, but you can't because the spirit got you up. That happens, man. That happens, brother. Who had something?
I was just looking at Jude. Yeah, Jude 12.
Yeah, get that real quick.
Right.
Somebody get Deuteronomy 32 and 2.
Okay, this is Jude 12. It says, these are spots in your feast of charity.
Right, spots in your feast of charity. We know charity represents brotherly kindness, but these are spots in your feast. You know, a spot is a blemish. So you got people out there that's like blemishes. They're stains, spiritual stains among us, among the congregation. Go ahead, among the brothers. Go ahead.
It says, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear.
They feed themselves without fear. So they engage in certain actions without fear of judgment of the Most High. You got Deuteronomy 32. Come on. Keep reading.
It says, clouds, they are with... It says, clouds, they are without water.
Clouds are without water. We know water represents knowledge. See that?
This Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 2. It says, my doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb.
Okay.
And as the showers
That's good.
upon the
grace. Sorry, finish up. Sorry.
It says, and as the showers upon the grass.
So it said my doctrine was dropped as rain. So we know doctrine, we know rain comes before the cloud. So when it says clouds without water, we know the rain is looked at as doctrine, which comes with rain comes from clouds. So the clouds without water means they don't have a doctrine, they don't have a word. Think about Ephesians the 4th chapter where it says washing the water by the word. So you understand the word, the doctrine is like it into water. So there's clouds, they're clouds without water. Without the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay?
It says, clouds, they are without water, carried about of winds, trees.
Carried about of winds. Don't think about every wind of doctrine. The wind may blow, right? You got like a leaf right here, and you have a leaf. See the wind, see it's going, see it's moving? I ain't even touching it. See it's moving a little bit, you see it on camera, brother? It's moving. The wind is making it move. So carried about by winds, the winds is like an doctrine. And if the wind is blowing, then guess what? This doctrine is taking you this way, that doctrine is taking you that way. Oh look, the keeper need gas. Oh look, the more science. Oh look, the Egyptian book of dead. Oh look, the Talmud. Oh look, Mormonism. Oh look, Jehovah's Witness. Oh look, Catholicism. Oh look, Kemet. Oh look, Pan-Africanism. Oh look, what else niggas in? Nation of Islam. It's always something. Oh look, the Quran. Oh look, the Bhagavad Gita. It's just a wind that's taking you every which way.
Exactly.
Okay, bro. So it's like a cloud without doctrine in it, without rain in it, but being blown by the wind. Like don't the clouds move certain miles per hour? Yeah, bro.
It says, trees whose fruit withereth.
Yeah, a tree that fruit withereth. You thinking that you going to you think about Yahweh Shah when he cursed that tree. So trees whose fruit withereth. Fruit, right? If a tree has fruit that withereth, then guess what? The tree is no good. If you see an apple tree and all of the apples are dead, rotten, are you gonna eat the fruit of that tree? No.
What the hell no?
So the trees fruit withereth. The trees withereth. So you got people out there that claim to be teachers. You look at this aspect, and guess what? Their fruit don't remain. Because guess what? A good tree can only bring forth good fruit. A corrupt tree can only bring up corrupt fruit. Okay?
It says, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots.
Twice dead, plucked up by the roots. So before you was brought into this truth, right? It says twice dead. First you was dead. When you brought into the truth, you were being revived. Right. You walked in newness of life. So the old man was dead. But then guess what? When you turned from the truth, you died again. Right. And guess what? If the Most High don't have mercy on you, that's it for you. So you came into this truth, you walking in newness of life, the old man is no more. The old man is dead. But then it said twice dead. So if you're in this truth, and guess what? You lose faith, and you turn your back on the how about Shemel outside, but guess what? It's like you're dying again.
Twice dead.
You're twice dead.
Yeah.
And it's going to eventually result in your physical death.
Yeah.
You more to that?
It says twice dead, plucked up by the roots.
There you go, plucked up by the roots, by the foundation. That's the one that.
This 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, in verse 3, it says, as I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus when I went into Macedonia, that thou mightest charge some that they teach no other doctrine.
So he said, charge some that teach no other doctrine. So why would the Apostle Paul say this unless something that was actually going on? Go ahead.
Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying which is in faith, so do.
So don't worry about none of that stuff. Worry about godly edifying his word.
What verse was that you read about the doctrine? Because there's only one doctrine. There's a verse that I don't know if you find it. Yeah, sound doctrine. The sound means good. It's only one sound doctrine. I want to go into that word just a little edification on that. You can get it on Buddha. But read what you read with that verse that Elder had you read the first time.
Oh, that's Jude.
Yeah. Because there's only one sound doctrine. And that doctrine is good. It's the good news. And what is the good news? That this kingdom this dominion, let's use that word, this dominion we in is about to be destroyed. Not collapsed, destroyed. Because the collapse is going to be, even destroyed be broken down, but this is going to be annihilated. It ain't going to be no more. Yeah, read that verse.
This is Jude 12. It says, these are spots in your feast of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds, they are carried without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots.
Yeah, you died twice because what? From your old life and from coming into this truth. So now you went back. What's the other verse that said, yeah, congregation of the day. You go back to the congregation. You go back to the congregation of the day. Get the other one that I just quoted. I forgot what it said. It says good sound doctrine. Okay, read that part. Read the part again. What the doctrine part?
The fruits?
Yeah.
It says, carried about of winds, trees.
And those winds of other philosophies. All right? So that's what got us in this situation we're in now. When we go back to Exodus chapter 20, the Lord, he's a jealous power. And since we disobeyed him, what he did, he exiled us out of the land and from him. All right? Because we followed those other philosophies, the other nations, doing what they was doing. You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you the Lord's people. You his woman. So when you go with them other nations, you making him a jealous power. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
The 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2, it says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season.
Yeah, preach the word. That means prophesy. Prophet the word, be instant in season and out of season. That means how you say it?
Whatever condition.
Yeah, whatever condition it is. That's the word I was trying to think of. Whatever situation you in, it don't matter. It don't matter. You go out there on the highways and the byways. You get out there. Because this is your healing. This is your healing, this is your calling, and this is gonna heal you. Because we all got infirmities.
It says reprove, rebuke.
Real quick. He said he's going to heal you. Can you bring that real quick?
Okay, come. Okay, read it again. The other aspect.
Come on. It says 2 Timothy 4 and 2, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season.
Okay.
Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. That means wherever you're going through, you still gotta be out there. Our apostles in the ancient time had infirmities too. They was out there. Right? Yeah, so and then we gotta be the same way. Cause I got back problems right now. We gotta.
Psalm 107 and 20. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction.
And that's what we do. And here, this was happening. This is the beginning stage of getting healed and delivered from the destructions. All right. So what we probably doing to order to get healed and deliver from destruction, we got to be out here in season and out of season, reproving, rebuking, and all long suffering, with back pains, with all whatever's going on with you. You know, you're supposed to be out here.
It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
And time will come with it, and it's happening now. It's a lot of individuals that's not enduring this sound doctrine. And what is the sound doctrine? The good news, man. I told you, the king, this dominion, this is the part of the good news, the sound doctrine, which is the good news. This kingdom is about to be destroyed. All right, our king, we are being risen up. We being moistened from the living water with the scriptures. We're coming back to the forefront of our nationality, and everything is connected. The bones is connected, and the body is being formed. And all we do is waiting for the head. Who's the head? Yahweh Shah. And when you get back, man, it talks about in the scriptures that we're gonna do greater things than he did. So he's out there preparing our kingdom in the galaxies, which is the many mansions, and he's gonna come back and get those men that stood so still before him, that formed the body.
It says, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers.
See, and all right, that's what's happening right now. They after their own lust. Who they lusting after? All right, these other mainly the other philosophies and the false teachers. What they doing? They telling you the full moon is the new moon. That's an example. All right. You could have sex with your woman on the Sabbath. That's another one. So all these things is getting in their mind, and they lusting after it. So you know, men, they were like, oh, let me give me. I want mine on this day too. Instead of following the sound doctrine, which is healing, right? It's healing us. They don't want that. They want the thing that's making it. What's the other verse? Itching ears. That was the verse. Read it again.
It says, 2 Timothy 4:3, for the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine.
They're not enduring this sound doctrine, man. And this is healing, man. I got out here, I feel much better. You know, I was, I feel together, man. So I've been waiting. I was out in the city with the other brothers, and the first thing, I was like, I couldn't wait to get there. And the brotherhood, they welcome you in open arms because you come into fellowship with them on the battlefield for the sound doctrine, for the good news. Okay, brother.
It says, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
Heap to themselves these false teachers, man. They're not giving them the sound doctrine. We just named a couple of things. And they experiencing something for first and foremost not standing on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah. They getting sick, and now when as soon as they use that name, the Lord it clarified. He was sick, and then he started using the name. His name Yahweh Shemel Shah. He was healed. And that was a healing agent. That was it, brother.
And if I may say,
Yes, come. Yeah, bro.
they don't want to hear that great tribulation is coming.
Thank you.
The other camps say ain't going to be Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
But we teach the real doctrine, man. There's going to be a time like never before in history.
That's right.
Before the kingdom, destruction got to take place.
That's right. That's the good news too. That's the sound doctrine. That's sound, man. That's something to look forward to, man. And we should all be tired of this situation we're in. And it's a bad situation. We got the short end of the stick, but the Lord is He's supposed to provide us that winning ticket. Because the scriptures already speaks about people that in Leviticus chapter. You have something?
I got some room for that.
Okay, read that real fast.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. It says, wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Read it one more time.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10, it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Salakia, rather give diligence to your election, make your calling, your election sure. Rather do this, man. We out here doing this, man. This is a sure example of us getting out of here. All right? So you can't go around it. Yeah,
it says, for if ye do these things.
If what things? What we doing right now, prophesying, come out on the highways and byways. Read that part one more time.
It says, for if ye do these things.
If we do what? Come out and make ourselves a living sacrifice. One more time.
For if ye do these things.
If we do what? Prophesy this place going down, being destroyed. Read on.
Ye shall never fail.
We ain't gonna fail.
Fall.
Fall. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 when it says read that.
It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. So yeah, man, we gotta give diligence to make our calling and election sure, right?
Yeah.
In season and out of season.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Ain't no excuses, man. We don't just come out when it's nice outside. All right. We don't just come out when the birds are chirping and the weather's just right now, man. All right.
That's right. What proves that? They used to call snow bunnies.
Right.
Yeah. I mean that's not snow bunnies. Oh y'all snow bunnies. Okay. Snow
bunny is a white
boy.
That's
a whole other thing, brother.
Slow down.
A whole other thing, brother.
Slow down. And I remember the video, and the elder right here, he had the snow on. You had the snow on you that day. It was all in your beard. Salakia.
Snow bunnies and sheep.
Salakia. And I remember they called us snow tunnels. You know, and that's us being in season and out of season. Okay, out here on the highways and the hedges, making ourselves a living sacrifice.
2 Peter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
So rather do this, what we're doing now on a Saturday, or even a Friday, or your off day, putting your videos up. You know, Apostle called for 3 videos, but sometimes the spirit jump on you, you can do as many as you can. You know? Because the spirit is a living, it's alive, it flows all around.
May I also add, I mean, it's working. Yeah. You know, it's going mainstream. So the voices that they don't hear from us, it be people out in the mainstream that say the same thing, you know, not to the great extent, but they put the name of Israel out there. So, you know, us being out here is really getting that vibration to where it's starting to push on a massive scale.
And it's heavy. It's the year to turn up. That title for this year has really clarified itself. It really did, man. And it's one more month in this year. We don't know what to go down this last month. Turn it up. All right, read on, brother.
2 Peter 1 and 10 again. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
So this giving diligence. How you say it in Hebrew? Karatazah?
Yes.
Okay.
Diligent.
Yep. So that's what we're doing. Yep. We're making ourselves a living sacrifice, and we're showing diligence to Yahweh Shemel Shah. And this is our reasonable service. Our reasonable. This is it. Ain't nothing else out here to do with your life. As you can see, you be a rapper, you're dead. If you speak against the small hats, they try to destroy your whole life, your whole career. So the best way of doing this is coming out reading these words out this book. It's slicing and dicing demons, and it's rebuking anyone that's against good sound doctrine, which is the good news.
It's a little more. Okay. For if ye do these things, you should never fall.
We should never fall if we do this. Come out here and present the Lord's people and wake them up, telling them you better come back to your Yahweh Shemel Shah, your power, your only power. So you don't want to come back to your power. You're gonna die here with the Lord's enemy. You become the Lord's enemy. Okay, what you got?
It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom
The good news, or gospel means good news.
shall be preached in all the world.
It's prophesied out here. Preach. We're gonna preach the good news.
For
And that's, go ahead, bro. Oh, what's that word right there? Is that
maybe cosmos.
might be cosmos, right? What's that word? That's cosmos? What's that?
Well, it's the entire world, actually.
It's the oinkomene. I knew I had to figure that out. It's to the world oinkomene. We are going global, like that brother said, like that individual that said, "Oh, GMS is going global." But not only us, everybody's out. Everybody from the other how you say the other camps, they out there. But it's a big. It's that's how you know it's magnified itself. Read it again from the top.
It says Matthew 24, 14. And this gospel of the kingdom
Good news.
shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
For a witness.
That's right.
This is a witness. The Lord is alive
That's right.
and well
That's right.
and everything. He's everything, man.
Oh, is that me?
Video's playing Salakia. Yeah, we out here. Preaching the good news, man, the gospel, man. Across the is it oinkomene, right? Across the oinkomene, which is the globe. Yeah, to the world. Everybody knows.
All nations.
All nations. And the Lord, he raised us up to do that. And it says in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Get that one from the brother?
It says, and then shall the end come.
Then should the end come. After this hit global, which is gradually happening,
right.
it's like the Lord is like putting the earth in his grips. It's like
I hate to intervene again.
Uh-huh.
They said that with the media suspending Kyrie Irving, the sales of Hebrews and Negro book are sold out.
See that? There's a lot of them jakes. These people say, what it say, narrow is the way to lead into life, broad is the way to lead into destruction. So the Most High used Kyrie Irving to put it up there to really lower you 2/3 niggas into a falsehood. Because they go off in that documentary. Oh, here's the book. They're gonna be reading the book. Give me a Bible. Let's get a Bible. They're gonna be reading the book. Or watching the documentary in a trance. And they're gonna be looking at a bunch of foolishness. So the Most High can use them to deceive all his. The Most High can use them, a Jake. Oh, see, look, these are Israelites. Most people know Kanye, but many people know Kyrie, but they don't really got the truth. That's the thing about it. Yeah, they saying name Israel, but they ain't really telling you the truth. Most of y'all go broad is the way that lead into destruction. Meaning more y'all gonna fall into destruction than be saved. So that's the Most High setting y'all up. Some of y'all gonna wake up from that.
That's right. Because I was working this morning when I got off at. It was I worked for this newspaper place, and the Daily News said that he's not anti-Semitic. Something about I wish I had the paper right now. I forgot to get it.
You can probably look it up on your phone. I'll look it up.
All right. Because it says something about he's not anti-Semitic. Pro something to the effect like that. You got to just find it. Yeah, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians 3 verse 7. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High giveth the increase.
That's right. It's the Lord that does it. Yeah, how about Shemal Shah is the one that planted this and put this in the minds of these people. So what? So what could happen? We could magnify the will of Yahweh Shemal Shah on this people here and the rest of these nations. So the rest of these nations can understand there's only one living power. And he wants his earth back. And he's going to take it back in blood.
You know, not everybody's going to wake up. You know, a lot of people are going to be deceived, like I was just saying, by that documentary. Yeah. But the point of pushing that gospel out there to where vast majority of people is going to hear the truth. You know, whether they hear or forbid. The gospel got to be spread.
It got to be spread. But that's our job, is to go out there and, I quote Jeremiah,
Unfortunately, they don't listen to us.
That was your,
They gotta hear from a nigga like Kyrie or Kanye to tell them. But that's just how the Most High work. I'll read that one time. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 7. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High.
So I'm sorry. The scripture says that the angels of the Lord come when you're in your dreams. So that's a higher level. They're the one that plant the what you're going to do the next day. So that's what's happening. The Lord is sending his angels out there to do his will, to do his bidding. But the angels know the way of saying messages, right? Right?
Yeah.
So, that was it. A little more.
So neither is there he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase.
There you go. The Lord increased this thing that's happening. And he's put in the minds of his enemies to do their thing too. Oh, well, he's anti-Semitic. He's Scottish, whatever, you know. Don't want to say certain things today. That's our video. You know, gun.
Sirach 13 verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Yeah. Recently, Kanye was talking about all these people that sold out. He's naming names. He can't hold his tongue, and everybody's listening. He's not holding his tongue, but everybody's holding his tongue. What? Oh, Kanye's spoken like that? Oh, man, this. But now, when our apostles and the elders been saying it, trickling down to us, nobody want to hear us. Read on.
And look, what he saith, they have stolen to the clouds.
Yeah. Oh man, this is wonderful. Oh. No.
But we've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
We've been saying, and Kanye goes off.
Yeah.
So is Kyrie goes off.
Yeah.
But the same thing we've been saying for years, these guys now bringing it out. Now everybody's saying they the wisest men on the earth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, they're the best ones speaking. Let's go buy his Yeezys.
But it's not him that planted.
It's not him.
But the Lord that give the increase, man.
Lord
A
gave
lot
the
of people going to hear that and they be like, yo, what are the 12 tribes? What are they talking about? You know, some of the elect might get sealed from that. But a lot of people going to be deceived. Huh?
Yeah. But you said that that book was sold out?
Yeah, they sold out on Amazon.
See that? That's it. Man, a lot of money been made. It ain't the truth is what it says in 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 28. Yeah, I think that's the verse.
And mind you, like I was just saying, they don't come out with 100% truth. You know, it's more than just knowing that you're Israelite. It's about keeping the law. It's about 100% doctrine.
Faith.
That's the one, right?
I got a little more.
Okay.
But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow.
What he got on? You got a curtain on. We go get a job. Ain't trying to hear us, right? But the Lord is dealing with the meek. He ain't dealing with the rich. Yeah.
And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Yeah. So when we trip on our what they say the rape doctrine. Oh shit! I just remember that recently. Some girl said, such a 12-year-old. Yeah, such a Well, you're gonna pay for that.
The 12-year-old girl what?
How's the 12-year-old girls from GMS?
See that? But this is helping Yahweh Shemal shop. Right, read that, brother.
The 2nd Ezra chapter 6.
And that's why the Most High gonna give us the power to kill y'all guys being false witness against the prophets, man. We ain't never told nobody go nowhere. That's why the Most High gonna kill y'all people being false witness against us. We never went out there and told nobody to rape no damn body.
The 2nd Ezra 6 and 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome.
Yeah, as for faith. See, this gonna lead to who you have faith in. This gonna lead to who you have faith in. And only, I'm telling you, the true living power, if you don't got faith in him, what's going to happen to you? Yeah, brother.
It says, corruption shall overcome, and the truth.
Read that again.
It says, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption should be overcome. That's what's happening. All that slandering with these other nations, especially the Amalek, is being overcome. We find all the truth. See, whatever that, I didn't get to see the whole movie. I watched one scene, and then I was like, oh, this is what the apostle was talking about. So over the corrupt, if that individual made that movie, that means they got information, they got intel from our apostle, who was talking about these Amalek since the apostles been out, since they before they elders. It's in the book. The book is the word. The word's been speaking it. So what's going down? All we doing is prophesying what Yahweh Shemel Shah is putting in the book. Read on, brother.
They really stand from the One West doctrine.
Okay,
My elders.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Yeah.
And it's spread like wildfire. Since then, when the masses are coming in, you know, like every other, I'm looking at all these other camps that's coming out. Now they're not speaking 100% doctrine, but we know that some of them are meant to deceive. But there's an elect within that. But every other day, it's a different camp coming out from a different state.
Right. No, you're right. Right. Go ahead, brother.
Come on. It says, again, 2nd Ezra 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption
So
shall.
who you got faith in? You got faith in this society? Well, that faith, your faith in this society is about to come to an end. A dreadful end. Read on it.
It says, corruption shall be overcome.
And corruption is about to, it's being overcome. As you can see, the living water, the living water, which is the word, is drowning out. It's how you say, like cleaning off and showing corruption. Showing what's the scripture? It says bare their legs. So we seeing everything that you've done, that you was doing.
Everything's trying to cover up.
Everything they try to cover up is being uncovered. Go ahead, brother. So your corruption is being seen. Every wicked thing that you have done, we are bringing it out. Go ahead, brother.
It says, in the truth, which have been so long without fruit.
The truth that's been so long without fruit is what happening to it now?
It says, shall be declared.
It's being declared. It's being declared, man. We let you know that the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah has got the right ones out here, baby. From our apostles on down, it's happening, man. So even though they doing it, but the Lord is making it increase, and the truth is being declared. Right? Go ahead, brother.
It's Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers.
Go into that one.
Yeah, so basically, you know, our elders, starting our elder apostles, down to the brotherhood, is being seen on the highways and byways, giving out this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because at the time, we was lost to the fact that we was the chosen people, you know? We was following different philosophies, saying we black, Latinos, Native Americans, saying we Africans. But now the Lord put the spirit on our forefather, our provisions, which is Elijah the prophet, you know, starting with him on down. You know, you got men set up throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the true doctrine of the scriptures. Right, you know, our people waking up. It's only for the elect, you know, because everybody gonna hear this word, and you know, only a certain part of people is gonna see it. And they don't understand.
You got
receive it.
You got a lot of in the YouTube comment, the comment section. Oh yeah, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Manasseh. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. You know, we're not looking for no fan boards. no fans that if you're not sincere about this thing. Because now that Kanye said or Kyrie said, people looking at it as like a fad now. Yeah. Something that's cool. But I had something.
It says,
like back in the 60s when Muhammad Ali became Muslim, everybody and his mother wanted to be a Muslim. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar became Muslim in the early 70s. Ali was Muslim in the early 60s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm Muslim now.
in the wash. In the wash.
And no why. That ain't even real so-called Islam. That's the mothership. You know? You think about the mothership and all types of other stuff. Now, the Bible do speak about so-called UFOs, but the, what you call it, got it all wrong. And Islam got it all wrong. And they talk about something. They talk about some damn Wallace Paul Muhammad is so-called God in the flesh. Hell, and Islam stuff go back to Buddhism and Hinduism, man. Yep. It all go back to the 120 lessons and all that shit. You know?
Can we read it again, brother? Go on.
Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
And though the Lord gave us the bread of adversity, all right, gave us these enemies, put us in this situation we in. Okay? So Yahweh Shemel Shai did that. Why? Because we disobeyed them. We started worshiping other gods and getting into other philosophies. And we don't.
It says, and the water of affliction.
And the water of affliction, oppression, distress. Okay? The Lord put us under pressure. Under this pressure we in. Not you, Esau. The Lord puts you on top of us. It says in Job chapter 9, verse 20, chapter 9, verse 24, right? The earth gives to the hands of the wicked. Yeah, okay.
It says, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
And we're not being pushed to the corners anymore. We're not being pushed to the wall anymore. We out here in the forefront. And our apostles is great examples, man. They out here. They're not collecting funds and going to Aruba, sitting on a beach. Go ahead, brother.
But thy eyes shall see thy teachers.
And our eyes, that's how we saw. We saw them on the internet. Oh, what is going on with this? It resonated with our spirit.
Spiritual.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, man, this is what we're looking for. And it comforted us. Comfort ye, comfort ye. Comfort ye, my people.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Because what happened to, like I was saying, what happened to the little Muslim movement? They used to be out here handing out newspaper, bean pies and newspapers. And now you look, you going home, especially, you don't see no damn Muslims on the corners no more. That shit is done, man. You know what I mean? The real truth is coming out.
They're not the teachers.
They're not the teachers.
The teachers is alive and well, man. And they out in the battlefield, man, making it happen. Go ahead, brother.
The teachers got proof.
Good.
It says, verse 21, and thine eyes shall hear a word behind thee saying,
I like that.
this is the way, walk ye in it.
And that's the spirit. You hear the word. Walk ye in it. Listen to this. This is the way. Go ahead.
It says, when ye turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left.
It's not hiding. Everywhere you look, and the word is being spoken. And it's being declared. The truth is being declared. So all their lies is being shown. Everything they ever thought they were going to get away with, that they got away with, is being declared, is being shown. The truth is drowning them out.
Yeah, I don't want to interview it again.
Okay.
Like I said, the whole thing with Kyrie Irving, the fact that they spoke it, the Hebrews to Negroes book, even though, like I said, not 100% doctrine, it woke a lot of people up to Israel, to the fact that these so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Israelites. They said when the NBA got involved and started speaking that, the sales of the book Hebrews to Negroes blew up. They said their book sold the fuck out. So it's just a part of, the electors gonna come in there and they're gonna decipher like what's the real truth.
It's coming.
But the fact that that book sold out showed you that the Lord was giving that increase. The Lord used guys like Kanye and Irving to push this word out.
And they got a bigger following than us.
Because they're rich.
Yeah. Like the first you read.
Irving got 14.1 million people following him on Instagram.
Yeah.
You don't think it's an elect within that?
Us.
Of course.
That was a heavy chess move.
That was a chess move by the Lord.
The Lord be making moves.
Now, granted, it could be that they was hired by the government to say that, or it could just be that they spoke their mind. But regardless, we know that the Lord is going to get an increase. For instance, I used to have a garden, and my stepmother used to water the plants, and it would never grow. She'd be like, "You got to feed it every day with the water." It'd be like a week and a half, and it would rain. The only time it would grow, you'll go out after it rained, the next day you will see the difference. You know what it is. When it rained, like, you will see the difference in how it grew.
Yeah.
So, the point is nothing that you can go against the truth, but only for it.
It's the living water. The scripture's the living water. You got something?
Yeah, something real quick. This is second Edges 16. Second Edges chapter 6, verse 28.
Right now, again.
Oh, okay. It says, as for faith, it shall flourish.
As we went over, faith is flourishing. This is a faith booster. And even in the spirit of Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, when they watch these celebrities and they heard what the celebrity said, they're like, I want to look into that. I'm gonna look into that. It's a lot of looking into that now, since this truth been declared. We don't know.
It says, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
And we went over that. The corruption is being what? Read that part about the corruption again?
It says corruption. It says corruption shall be overcome.
Overcome, drown, defeated. You heard the brother, defeated. Go ahead, brother.
And the truth, which have been so long without fruit.
I love this verse, man. Because you can't go, I'm sorry, you can't even go around the words, man. Like, the words is blocking you from going around. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? You see the words. You hear the words and you see the words. Truth. How can you go around that? Lies being defeated. I'm sorry. Okay.
It says, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
It's happening. That's what's happening. It's being declared, man. Once again, that verse came out. That was the Spirit. The Spirit wanted you to hear that again.
Yeah, we know. There's some brothers here that have been in this truth over a decade.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen no shit like this, man. To where it was on national TV.
That's why it says that's the truth. I'll read that part again. It says
people don't understand the validity of the Lord's chess move right there.
That was a powerful move.
It says, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit,
That's right.
shall be declared.
But Abba Bibbin started off the corners, reading the Bible, where it was nobody listening, man. And the elders been in it for 30 plus years. They have never seen Israel being on national TV. Kanye said the 12 tribes.
There you go. Verified.
If that's not a sign that we at the end, I don't know what it is.
That's verified. That's verified.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, you say, the Bibbins, even the elders back then, they had to labor. They sowed the truth, all right? They sowed the seed of the word in the earth, in the field, which is the world. For what? It had to take time for righteousness to flourish, all right? So now that fruit of righteousness is flourishing now. That's right. Okay? That's why you see the hot topic. Everything is about Israel, or who are the true Jews, and Jake is waking up. And that's the Most High. He's giving that increase.
That's right. That's Psalms 110. Psalms 110, verse 3. Let's start at 2. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thy enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of the holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. You know, pretty much, you know, thy people should be willing in the day of thy power. And a part of getting our power is the gospel being spread to this magnitude. You know, that they have to come up against Kyrie Irving and say, oh, that book is that's anti-Semitic. To where you have YouTube comments saying, nah, Kyrie Irving is right. We are the Jews, we are the Israelites. This is not something, we come out Saturdays, every Saturday, we don't have crowds of people, but you see videos like that where people are acknowledging who they are. They starting to research. They come to the conclusion that we are the people of God. You know? Oh boy. I'll read that one time. It says Psalms 110:3, that people should be willing in the day of thy power. And a part of receiving our power is this gospel being spread like wildfire, man. And it's the same thing that happened back with Paul. These guys are making too much ruckus, man. We got to kick the Jews out of Rome. Because this gospel is, our people starting to realize, man, that we are in our land of our captivity, man.
That's right.
And stop saying you goddamn Jew, man. You Amalek, you the devil. But shout all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah, man, for utilizing Kanye and Kyrie Irving's status in society to bring out this word.
It's Baruch chapter 12. I'm selected Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people.
Yeah, you didn't hear the prophets, but you rather hear these rich men speak. They say one thing, instead of you listen to the prophets are saying the same thing. That
it says, but in the land of their captivity.
And where's that at? America is the land of your captivity, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is your captivity. Okay?
It says, they shall remember themselves.
And we are, I'm sorry, you do remember ourselves. Now it's been magnified. We are the 12 tribes. 12 tribes, not one tribe. 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Not black Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. Okay?
It says, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power.
Their power.
For I will give them a heart and ears to hear.
A heart, mind, and ears to understand.
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
And the hopeful elect is. That's where they're starting at. The house of David, Davudah. The house of Bayaf Davudah. The house of David. It's happening, man.
Okay, that's what I said. That's what I said. This word is getting pushed out, man.
All body.
It's getting pushed out on a massive scale, man. But people starting identifying, oh no, I'm not black. I'm not a color.
Yeah.
I'm not African American. They starting to realize, look, my people go back to Israel, okay? The so-called Negroes got shipped from the west coast of Africa, fleeing the land of Israel, and got sold into the transatlantic slave ship. They starting to identify with the people of the Bible. You see? So this thing has to come about for us to receive salvation. This is the Lord essentially giving an increase of knowledge. And all we have to do is keep laboring for the harvest.
It says, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
That's right, and the elect. And this is how the bulk of the elect is going to come in. Either a tragic event or a notable person was to speak the name of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And to bring out who we are. And that's when salvation is going to come.
It says, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with the oath.
A key word, bring them again. Okay, that's the word you should look at. Again. He's bringing them. Read that part again.
It says, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised.
Which I promised. He's going to bring us again, which the land he promised. Who he promised to? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not Esau. Okay? And Esau is his grandfather, Amalek's grandfather? Or father? No,
Amalek's grandson.
Grandson. Okay, yeah, son. He's a grandson, yeah. So, not to you, Amalek. The Lord got beef with you for all generations.
Which, by the way, they fit none of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. They got everything. By saying you control the banks, how's that anti-Shemitic? You control every fucking thing, man. The scriptures say they chased after you because you was a damn thief. Everywhere you went, you stole and robbed from people.
You a spoiler.
Yeah, you got something called the 24% APR interest rate. Money that usually you charge an interest on it. Up to 24% of what do you borrow? You a damn devil, man. In Deuteronomy 28, it said, thou shalt not lend, but thou shalt be a borrower. I mean, thou shalt not lend too. Thou shalt borrow. The real Jews will have no power. The real Jews will be in the ghetto. The real Jews will be fatherless, homeless, harlots, whores, datis. The real Jews will be in calamities, tribulations, poverty. How the hell are you the real Jews? The so-called Jewish people. You ain't the Jews, man. You the devil.
And the word Jew comes from the word Judah, which is Yahweh. The Lord thinks. All right, and if you the people, why you not the tail? Because it talks about you will be the head, they'll be the head, and you be the tail. Amalek, you the head.
You get three. I'm gonna let the scripture continue. You get $3 billion annually by the U.S. government taxpayers to fund reparations. But here it is. The Negro, Latino, and Native Americans don't get nothing. They on food stamps and government assistance. $300 a month for a family of 4. That's the real people of God, man. Not you.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with the oath unto their fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
I said that. So there it go. It didn't mention you. Esau, Joshua, Adullam, Edom, rednecks. It didn't mention you. You're not in the roster. Good.
And they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them. And
We're gonna be lords of it. We're gonna be lords of it. You know? We're gonna be everything. We're gonna be your landlord. Kings. Go ahead, bro.
Says, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
Yeah, like it says going to increase them. In the land of Israel right now, you got something called the IVF. It veto fertilization. Where in the land of Israel, that's outpaced births. So if you were the real Jews, births will outpace deaths. You have more people born than die. But in Israel, you can't even give birth. You can't replenish the numbers. Not to mention in the land of Israel is the biggest gay parade on the face of the earth. They call it Pink City, Tel Aviv. How could you be the people of God? How could you be the people of the Lord? And you got the biggest gay parade in the land of Israel, Tel Aviv, Pink City. Where they go marching and they're all pink and there's a whole bunch of homosexuals prancing around. But the Lord said he would increase you in that land if you were the true Israelites.
Hosea 1 and 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
And you can't number them now.
It says, it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Where's that place at? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Right now, we consider Negroes. For Kyrie and Ye to say something to be anti-Semitic, they clearly saying that we're not even in alignment. There's no way in hell we could be the children of Jacob. That's where it said in the land where it said, "Ye are not my people." You should be.
It says, read it again. Yeah, read that part again. It says, yet, let me read the whole verse. Yeah, okay. Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Yeah, so we in a land where we're not considered the people of the Lord. We in project buildings where it's rat infested, cockroaches is pissing all the way. We get beat down, brutalized. We getting big and we killing each other. People of these other nations see us not as the people. How could these be the people of the Lord? And they doing that to each other. So in a land where it said, ye are not my people, it should be declared that we are the children of the Heavenly Father.
And that's happening now. It's being declared. We just went over that, man. The truth is being declared, man. We are being acknowledged through the Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, who we are.
Yeah, because one Jewish guy said, how could y'all be the people? Y'all don't have no power.
Tell you that we don't have power.
Jewish guy said, how could y'all be the people of God? Y'all kill each other. It's black on black crime. The fact that there's a such thing called black on black, a color on a color. The fact that you got Negroes, so-called Negroes, begging over colors, blue and red, and literally killing each other for that. That's the curses of Deuteronomy.
It's like they skipped through the whole book of Deuteronomy.
Yeah, but you know what? It's gonna be beautiful when the Lord magnifies us, man. When He gives us the power to conquer. He gives us the power that David had. You know, or David and his army had. You know, to where bullets don't penetrate us, man. To where the Lord comes back in an extraterrestrial being, man. It's gonna be magnificent when the Lord declares Himself. And you find out he's a so-called black man, a big angry black man. Your greatest fear.
Then they're gonna see so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans beamed up.
Yeah, beamed up. That's give me Baruch. Give me Baruch 5.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, go ahead. Wisdom of Solomon.
This Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Yeah, because this has to be declared, man. Look, I got excited. Even though the nigga was going north, you know, Ye, Kyrie, I got excited when they brought that out. Because the elect is going to be inquisitive and they're going to start to research. Right. Why are they going so hard against these people? Why is this considered anti-Semitic? Then the elect is going to come research and say, yo, this is the truth. But being declared.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Brothers should be excited, man. Right. This is the time of the harvest, man. The fruit is coming in. The fruit is coming in. The fruit is coming in. Right. You can't do nothing against this truth, but only for it, man. Well, it's been over a decade. We ain't never seen nothing like it. In the spirit, Kanye sat down with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson at the fucking camp. Salaki. He was at the camp.
Yeah. You can't hide that one.
You can't hide that, man.
So he already knew all that.
He already knew. But now it's the time where it has to be declared. And at the same time, Ukraine is going up against Russia. Russia's talking about nuclear warfare. So this is all simultaneously happening. So where prophecies are starting to knock like dominoes, man.
That's right. Jumping out the book.
I don't think we're gonna be here another 5 years.
Wow. I hope we're here another 5 months.
Yeah, 5 months. You know.
I hope we're here another 5 seconds. Man.
Cut.
Guess what? 5 seconds back, you're still here.
Right.
So we can't wait, man. That time's gonna come. Get out of here, man. We gotta be patient.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Gotta be patient, bro.
Right.
I mean, I remember years ago when I came in the truth, man. I bought a PlayStation 3. They said, yo, you want a 2-year warranty? I said, we ain't gonna be here 2 years. Real talk, I think I told you the story before. I bought a PS3. Like, you want a 2-year warranty? I'm like, we ain't gonna be here 2 years, man. And I don't know what year this was, but it probably was 10 plus years later. We're still here. I should have got the damn warranty. That shit got fucked up in a couple months. Nah, I'm playing. But that actually did happen though. They actually did ask if I wanted the warranty. I thought like, yo, we ain't gonna be here, but we're still here.
What happens in your mind? You think like that. Oh, we out of here.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning. Once we got there, we like, what?
Yeah.
They dead. They all gone. Get them all.
That's the mindset you're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
You know? You're supposed to be in that. Yeah, haste in the days. What the scripture say? Pray for a few days. It says Ecclesiastes, the second chapter. So, pray for a few days, man. So we supposed to want the day of the Lord to come yesterday. You know, that's the mindset you're supposed to be in. Let's move back a little bit, y'all. These guys are trying to come behind us.
But I also mentioned that, you know, for guys that first coming in, don't be overzealous. You know, don't crush your boss out. You still got to live in the society, you know what I mean? You still got occupation, you still got a job to do, so. But live as if it's not going to happen, but we know it's going to happen. And we got to hasten the day.
Okay, good.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right, this is considered great boldness because 50, 60 years ago, we'd be hung by one of these street poles. Just saying you the devil, that you're going into slavery, that you're going to be destroyed by nuclear war. The righteous will stand in great boldness against the face of those that afflicted us. We putting our lives, our freedom, and our livelihood on the line. They come out, our boss come out here, see us, we might get fired. Here's we ain't got nowhere to no money coming in. So we coming in great boldness. Go ahead. Yep.
It says, and made no account of his labors.
And you made no account of our labors. We never got reparations. And you know, for you jakes out there marching for reparations, you wasting your time. You're not gonna get it. And now I'm gonna happen. Go ahead.
It says, and when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Give me the definition of strangeness. Give me the definition of strangeness real quick. They should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. I was just on the train, and it was a little baseball game. And you got this little older Judite, you know, a so-called black man. He going on the train, you got these white boys pushing right past him. I damn near almost cursed him out. But the scriptures do say we lay ourselves down as a, what do you call it? Like a rug or mat to the nation. Yeah, like the street. Yeah. Because here it is, you got this so-called black, where he a real Jew, he's a real Judite, and they pushing past him like he ain't nobody. Our people are in a low position, so the scriptures say they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Nah, just give me the definition. I just want the definition.
I got it.
Okay.
This strangeness definition.
Go ahead.
Oxford Languages.
Yep.
It says the state or fact of being strange.
Yep.
That's it. But some synonyms. It says weirdness, queerness, abnormality. Abnormality. It says unfamiliarity.
Unfamiliarity.
And
it was another one meaning hard to digest. Because the way that Israel's gonna come out of here is gonna be unbelievable. The strangeness, because we're gonna go from this guy's begging for change to the elect of being delivered on what you call UFOs. That's hard to stomach. That these people, these niggas, these spicks, that we was calling illegal aliens, these black people, these are the people of God. Okay, they gonna fall.
Yeah, I got some.
Okay.
The definition for strange in Oxford Languages. It says unusual or surprising in a way that is unsettling.
Unsettling. That means like you can't. Nah, it's no way. It's no way. Like you see it and you don't believe it. That's what it means to be strange. Go ahead.
Or hard to understand.
It's hard to understand. So jump back to Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Come on.
Because
Wisdom,
listen, the fact that we waking up to our identity, it only clarifies the truth of the Bible. And if we know anything about the scriptures, we know that Israel left the land of Egypt and God destroyed the Pharaoh, the Egyptians. So if that story was true, then what we say it must be true. And you so-called white people going down. All right? Go ahead.
it says, Wisdom of Solomon 5:2.
Yep.
When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
They're gonna be troubled. Why? Because all these things that we done to these people, it's about to come back on our ass. Right?
It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Because they, first of all, the Heavenly Father held back the angels to ever really show themselves on a massive scale. Just about 3 years ago, the Pentagon declassified UFO sightings. Because for the longest bit of time, oh, nah, that it ain't real. UFOs don't exist. But now here it is, the Pentagon, the U.S. Secretary of Defense just declared UFOs to be a national threat. So now we're gonna understand. Space Station, man. The sixth branch of military government, the military defense.
You're gonna try to fight your house shining angels, you're gonna get burned up. Finishing on. It says, for so far beyond all that they looked for.
They never looked for this, man. Go ahead.
It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, like fucking, look at these minorities. Yeah, it's scum. Look at these people. Look how they treat each other. They gonna be, oh man, these were the people? These were the people of the Lord? These were the guys? These were the people that we had a proverb of reproach? That we didn't even want to watch our babies? We didn't even want them around in our jobs? Yeah, you could be a fucking janitor and a laborer on a construction site, but you can never be a supervisor. These are the people? Yes, man. We are the people of the Lord, and we gonna be rulers one day, very soon. Go ahead.
It says, we fools accounting his life madness.
Accounting it crazy. Specifically speaking about the prophets, because what they see us doing, they see us crazy. They ain't got nobody out here listening to y'all. Y'all just nuts. Y'all batshit crazy. What you saying ain't the truth. It's anti-Semitic. You fools are gonna account our life madness. Go ahead.
And his end to be without honor.
And it's gonna be with honor, man. But this is the thought of you heathens, man. That's why y'all not coming and worshiping at our feet, because I don't believe what we saying is true. But it's okay, man. The Most High make everybody a believer.
It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High?
That's right.
And his lot is among the saints.
That's right, man. And his lot's is gonna be amongst the saints, man. It's gonna come a day where you're gonna realize Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the rulers of the earth, man. These are the people of the Lord. And just how it was back in ancient Egypt, the Most High is gonna show himself this time.
Yeah.
You have it out here.
All right, this is Isaiah 51. I start from verse 21.
Yep.
It says, therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted
Yep.
and drunken,
Yep.
but not with wine.
Yeah, drunken but not with wine. Meaning you drunk of the Lord's cup. You are the most afflicted. That's what it means. You have drunken but not with wine. You're drunken with curses. Go ahead.
It says, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Yep.
Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling.
Yeah, that's why it's beautiful, because again I reiterate, Hebrews to Negro is not 100% of the truth. Let's get that clarified. I'm gonna state the obvious. All right? That's not 100% of the truth. But you had, when Kyrie brought it out, people starting to defend Kyrie. So well, now the NBA commissioner is saying, oh, he's not anti-Semitic, it's not hate speech. Our people are banding together now. You see? Because now our people are starting to realize we are the Israelites. And these damn devils are the devil. So it's beautiful how the Most High played chess, man. And that was a prominent thing, man. It just so happened to happen. It just so happened to happen that way. You see?
Verse 22. Thus saith the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
That's right.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Right. So it was a movie with Eddie Murphy. What's it called? Role Reversal, something like that. Trading Places. Trading Places. So where it was a bet, Edomites. But to be honest, it's going to be a reality. These people are going to be on the top, and the other nations are going to be on the bottom. They're going to have to drink of whatever we went through, man.
Go ahead. It says, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over.
Yeah, because all the nations, they walk all over us. We have no power. Even when we being afflicted, we still got to explain ourselves. We still got to entreat. It was I think that's in Proverbs. When the poor is wrong, he still has to entreat. But our people are still being afflicted, and we still got to come and say, yo, you know what? I didn't really mean that. You know? Even though I put it out there, I don't agree with everything in it. Kyrie shouldn't have to do that. He's above you people. Now he got to go to the ADL, Anti-Defamation League. He has to pay $500,000. But roles are going to reverse, man.
This is Jeremiah 30:17. It says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds.
That's right.
Saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast.
They called us an outcast, right?
Saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
This is Zion, to no man seeketh after. These are the people of the Lord. Because if they really knew who we are, man, they would be bringing us gifts. They'd be terrified. Oh, can I help you, brother? Yeah. They come up to us providing gifts. Please pray for us. Let your Lord have mercy on us if they really knew who we were. But the scriptures say this is going to be a future prophecy. It's not happening now. Because we all in these ghettos, we're killing each other over dice games, all right, over a color of a bandana. But this is a future prophecy. So who the hell is in the land of Israel right now? Anti-Semitic. My ass. Who the hell is in the land of Israel right now? And you fit none of these curses.
Go ahead. Verse 18. Yeah. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Judah's tent.
So when it says bring again, meaning recovery, to bring it back, meaning restore, to deliver.
So thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Judah's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded up upon, and the cities shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner of it.
Right. So the Lord is going to bring again the captivity of these people to deliver us, and we're going to build the land of Israel. Because the land of Israel right now, that's not even. People go on vacation. The first thing they don't think about it going to is the land of Israel, Jerusalem. There's a whole bunch of damn gutter rats. The buildings are decayed. They got to export everything. They got to import everything because they don't have no crop land. They don't even grow nothing over in that land. How could you be the people of the Lord? Your land don't even flourish. But soon, our people are going to take over that land. And we're going to restore it through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah. And we're going to build it up. But that's going to be for the kingdom. You see? So we have to be patient. Because, Lord willing, very soon, we're going to be out of this hellhole, man.
It's Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was tonight was not to drink of the cup, having surely drunken.
Yeah, so the cup is synonymous with afflictions. And it wasn't for us to drink of that cup to the extent of what we did. But we drunk, man. We drunk it, everything, every bit of it. And our people are damn, they destroyed, man. You got coons like them, Shannon Sharp, Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal brought the movie out in its theaters, what, 2-3 years ago? But that's a part of drinking the cup. You have no power. Dance, nigga. Dance, nigga. What? He say he what? He No. Condemn his ass. Put Kyrie, blast his name on social media. Demonize him. Dance, nigga. That's a part of drinking the cup. You know it's wrong. You know who you are as a people. But yet you got to go up against the truth. That's a part of drinking the cup. You have no power.
It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go and punish?
Yeah, Esau, you think you're going to go and punish Amalek? Because you ain't a Jew. Anytime I say y'all the Jew, it just burns my ear. Yeah, Amalek, yeah, Esau. You think you're going to go and punish? You think a couple of sorries? Oh, let's do a donation to the Negro League, the NAACP? Y'all think y'all going to go and punish? Go ahead.
It says, thou shalt not go and punish, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Y'all gonna drink, man. So look at history, a so-called white man. Look at everything that was done in history. And put yourself in that shoe, because that's gonna be you very soon. You're gonna be shackled up, moving like this. And then there's shack. If we even give you a house or a little shack, you know what I mean? If we even give you that, you might be in a hole in the earth. What's that scripture?
We're gonna stuff you in there.
Start to overpower up. Start it down.
It's gonna be a pit this deep, right? It's gonna be Edomite that's like 15 feet high. So you know what you're gonna have to do? You got to jump up. It's gonna be like a Mortal Kombat brutality. You know they got bones and blood everywhere. You're gonna push it. You know what I mean?
You gotta have to reequate your life with solitary confinement.
Man, hey man, as the Apostle Hall used to say, we don't know most Edomites gonna survive the first hour in the kingdom. Most High gonna have to bring like a billion Edomites from another realm, another dimension, because we're gonna be killing like crazy, man. Once the Most High gives us the power, man, we're gonna be killing hackers like crazy, especially so-called Jews, man. We're gonna be made with the righteous spirit. That's the animal character. I'm telling you, we're gonna be killing you devils up. Bad. Like you're gonna really be like a lion in the midst of sheep. You're gonna rip these devils the F up. To the spirit.
The scripture say,
one more verse.
okay,
All right, start. It says, Jeremiah 49:13, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Bosra shall become a desolation.
He said, I have sworn by myself. Oath. He made an oath to himself. The Lord made a promise to himself. So who's going to break that? That Bosra should be a desolation. Now Bosra is another word for saying Idumea or Edom, which is the so-called white people. Chiefly the nation of Amalek. Because you say you Jewish don't mean you a different race. They're all the same race. Go ahead.
It says the reproach, a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes.
All your cities where you inhabit, it's gonna be a perpetual waste.
Alright, this is Joel 3:19. It says Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
So notice how the scriptures compare the two, synonymous with each other. Egypt and Edom should be a desolation.
Okay, all right, hold on, let me finish. So it says, Joel 3:19, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Yeah, that's right. So like the brother said, notice how Egypt and Edom is synonymous, okay?
Yeah.
Because what? Esau's representation of what? Edom, the modern dwelling places, Edom is a representation of what? Egypt. Right? So this is spiritual Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt, okay? All over again. This is Joel 3.
Joel 3 verse 19. Egypt should be a desolation, and Edom should be a desolate wilderness.
Yeah, Egypt should be a desolation, and Edom should be a desolate wilderness. And that's talking about America and all the dwelling places of Esau. It's going to be destroyed. How is Egypt and Edom going to be a desolation? By thermonuclear missiles. That's what's going to make Egypt and Esau what? A desolate wilderness.
For the violence against the children of Judah.
Yeah, for the violence against the children of Judah. So Esau is going to pay for their crimes. Don't it tell you in Revelations, thus with violence, so that great city Babylon be overthrown? Why? Because Esau brought violence. So read that part again.
Joel 3 verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
Right.
For the violence against the children of Judah.
Yep.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Yeah, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. And that's what Esau did. Look what happened when Esau brought the bulk of you Negroes over here on cargo slave ships, man. And our blood was shed in this land. Okay? Over here, we're over here what? Over here at Central Park, which is pretty much a burial ground for our ancestors, right? The Negro slaves. You have a lot of them buried under that park. Right? Say it again. Yeah, if that's the village. I forget the.
Shalaki, when the towers went down, they said when they was digging up the debris, they found skeleton bones of so-called Negroes.
See, look at that. So innocent blood was shed right here in this land. But let's get the law on that. You got that?
This is Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Right.
For blood it defileth the land.
Yeah, so blood defiles the land. So Negro blood was shed in America. So what? That means that this land is a defiled land. Yeah.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, so the only way this land can be cleansed is by shedding the blood of the ones that, shedded the blood on this land. All right? That's in the law. So Esau's blood has to be shed. What's that in Genesis? Was that 6 and 9, I believe? Genesis 6 and 9, we'll get that real quick. There's still a little more in Joel. Yeah.
This is Genesis chapter 6 and verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man.
Was it 3, 6? You said, whosoever.
Maybe 9th chapter.
9th chapter, 9 and 6.
9 chapter. This is Genesis chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
Yeah, so whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. And we're going to shed Esau's blood, okay? The Lord is going to use his own people to shed the blood of Esau. And it's going to happen, before the kingdom. But ultimately, when we get in the kingdom, man, we're going to shed Esau's blood. The scripture says that the righteous shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, all right?
We're not gonna literally wash our feet.
Yeah, give me that wash stuff.
Yeah. But that just goes to show we're gonna shed Esau's blood, man.
I mean, you're gonna be walking in the blood. So how much blood is gonna be?
Yeah.
Fairly to me, like we're washing our feet in the blood.
That's right.
That means it's like when we see feet covered in blood. That's how deep it's gonna be.
Yep. There's gonna be a lot of blood on the streets, man. We're gonna be walking in it. It's gonna, and the blood is gonna be splashing on the garments, man. Hey, that goes into the Isaiah 66.
63.
You know,
God garments.
Isaiah 63, the God garments of Basra, you know, which is all a representation of how much death Yahweh Shah is gonna bring. Okay, but when we get in the kingdom, man, we're gonna be shedding so much blood, man. Blood is literally gonna be on us. You know? So what was that? Okay, you'll be done with that. So Joel, right? Yeah, so you finish that.
We're not gonna cringe either.
That's right, yeah.
You know how you ever see somebody with a bad cut and you like, that look crazy. It ain't gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be like when you used to watch Faces of Death on the internet and you see somebody get ripped apart by a damn grinder in a factory. Or you see somebody getting shot up in a firing squad, you're like, damn, yo, you see that? Yeah. Nope, you ain't even gonna cringe, man.
Right.
You're gonna grab him, gonna twist you up.
Yep. Yeah, because the Lord, He's gonna put His Spirit upon us. Right? We're gonna do it according to the Lord's vision, according to the Lord's vengeance. So in Ezekiel the 25th chapter. So the Lord, He's gonna put His Spirit upon us to do that. So we ain't gonna be fidgeting, you know, or holding back, man. We're gonna be killing you damn babies without a problem, Edomite babies without a problem, dashing their heads against a stone, as it says in Psalms 137. And that's all gonna be according to the Lord's anger, man. The Lord's gonna put His anger upon us, just like how the Lord put His anger upon Esau when we had to go through slavery. That was all according to the Lord's anger, because the Lord was angry with us, man, for breaking His Lord's statutes and commandments. So to get vengeance, the Lord is going to put that Spirit upon us.
You're not going to see a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white baby and get ready to stab him and start shaking and drop the sword, you know, and run into a corner. It's not going to happen. You're going to be eager to drive that sword through your freaking skull.
Right.
Okay, thank you. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1. And verse 6, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Yeah, so that's a righteous thing, all right? Because look at all the rape, robbery, and murder that the Edomites and the heathen nations have done to our people. They humiliated our people, all right? That's all they have done. So they deserve to go into slavery according to the scriptures. And that's fear with the Most High.
Joel 3 verse 19, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Okay. That was it?
But Judah shall dwell forever in Jerusalem, generation to generation. Okay. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
Yeah, so that's the point, man. The Lord is going to cleanse our blood. So all the blood that was shed, the Lord is He's gonna cleanse it. All right, because the scriptures speak about how the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto the Lord. All right, just like how when Abel's blood was shed, you know. So the Lord heard the cries of those souls, man, and inquiring of the blood that was shed. So the Lord He's gonna cleanse it, man. Why? And those righteous, the righteous spirits are complaining continually to the Most High of what was done unto them. And those cries and those prayers are not going to go unanswered. The Lord is making inquisition, and He's going to pay. He's going to repay Esau for all his crimes, man. And not just Esau, all the nations, man. All the nations that have had a hand in touching the Lord's people. So all these nations gotta pay, and the Lord is preparing all these nations to get ready and pay now. While us getting closer to that battle of Armageddon, man.
And that's how the Lord is gonna repay all these nations. Real quick, let me get that in Second Edges 15. Let's see what Second Edges 15. You know, because all these nations gotta pay for their crimes, man, for touching the Lord's people. You got something though?
Oh, yeah. And it's Obadiah, verse 6. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? Read on. All the Mennonite Confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
One thing that Esau that was sought out was the fact that that the so-called white man is Esau. Because the world don't know that. Oh no, Esau was destroying the Roman-Jewish wars. Oh no, Esau is the Arab. No, you so-called white people are Esau, man. Genesis 27th chapter explains that perfectly, according to as well as the description of Esau. Herod is known as Herod Dubious, which is the Greek way of saying Edom. And if you look at a bust of Herod or that Herodian line, they look like so-called white people. Y'all are Esau, man. Ain't nobody else but you damn devils. Everybody Esau but y'all. Right. The white man want to be everybody in the Bible but Esau. Right. You watch a Bible movie, you got the Israelites, they all look like white people, but they don't make nothing but Esau.
It's crazy.
You know? Or they'll make Esau look like a white man, but then Esau, they'll make Jacob look like a white man, but Esau will be like a white man but with red hair. Like Esau is a ginger kid, and Esau and Jacob is like a regular white dude. Come on, man, that don't even make sense. Come on, man. Adam is white, and Eve is white. Everybody in the beginning is white. That don't even make sense. You stupid so-called Negroes, y'all buy into that, man. You Latin child, y'all buy into that. So y'all ignorant y'all are. Y'all watch a Bible movie, and it's a Jake said, well, you really know according to the Bible he was black. Well, that don't matter. Well, evidently it must matter if Esau painted them all white, right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to call together all the kings of the earth to reverence him. All right? And so how are the kings on the earth going to reverence the Lord? All right, or pay respect unto the Most High? By fighting, because that's what the Lord is calling together for.
Okay. It says, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and this is Lebanon, right?
Yeah, Lebanon.
And Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to gather all these nations from the four corners of the earth and draw them to that battle of Armageddon, you know, soon to what's that? Joel, 3rd chapter. All right, that Valley of Decision, which is over there in the Middle East, that Saudi Arabia region, to fight and battle.
Yeah. It says, and repay the things they have done to them.
Yeah, to repay the things that they have done to them. To who? To the nation of Israel. All right. So this upcoming third World War, that's going to be the Lord's payback for what the nations have done unto His chosen.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
It says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen,
right.
So will I do also.
Yep.
And recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to repay these nations, man. He's going to repay them back. So the Lord is going to avenge the blood of the children of Israel. All right, so none of the crimes of the nations are going to go unpunished. They're not going to be let go free. That should be another verse, right? Okay. All right.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past.
Yeah, so and those are spirits, man. You know, spirits are reincarnated. Events are reincarnated. So what, man? That which is past, and the Lord required that which is past. Okay? Because those nations that was back then that committed all these crimes against us, they're here today. All right? In the reincarnation. So they gotta be judged for what they've done in the past. Because scriptures speak about the child don't pay for the sins of the father. All right, you only could pay for your own transgressions. So you nations, y'all coming back in the reincarnation. So now you have to pay for your own crimes, man. You know.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. Verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their judgment.
Yeah. And keeping them into the mighty day of their judgment, man. Because the Lord, He hates sinners, man. And what the scriptures speak about in Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter, those sentenced against the evil work is not executed speedily. Right? It's set in the heart, fully set in the heart of the sons of men to do wickedness, man. But what? Their crimes is not going to go unpunished. Because what? The Lord, He keepeth them for the day of judgment. Okay?
It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, and verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, man. Because that's what the day of the Lord inquired of, vengeance upon the heathen nations. Yeah.
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Yeah, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto you. So everything you have done against the children of Israel is going to be done to you. Jeremiah 30, 16, which is the rape, robbery, murder, captivity, oppression. You have to pay for all those things. You can hold that. Okay. 16.
Okay. Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Yeah, all they devour thee shall be devoured. So these nations, they're going to be devoured by the hand of Israel. When Yahweh Shah comes back and set us in order. All right? So these nations, they're going to be devoured by us when we get that power granted by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. And every one of our adversaries are going to go into captivity. Why? Because they had us into captivity. They had us in slavery. The scripture of Revelation 13, 9 and 10. Whosoever have an ear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. So all these nations are going to go into captivity because they all had a hand in putting us in captivity. Especially the so-called white man. He's going to be the first one being shackled up, man. All right, he's going to be the first one shackled up and thrown into pits and visited.
After many days.
So they're going to go through great punishments, man. Right, because that's what it means when it says he shall be visited. To go to be punished.
From shekels to shackles.
That's right.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Right. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
Yeah, thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Okay? You rewarded us with rape, rob, murder, captivity. So we're gonna reward you the same. That's a righteous judgment, man. That goes to show you that what Yahweh is balanced. The Most High is all about balance. Okay, so He's not gonna leave us in this predicament forever, though it may seem so. But the Lord is gonna keep His promise, all His promises that He made. So when we read these scriptures, these words are what? The scriptures say these words are faithful and true, man. So everything that the word, all the words of the Most High don't go out void. That's all.
2 Thessalonians 1 verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah, and that's righteousness, man. Justice. You pay back tribulation to those that trouble you. And we're being troubled by the so-called white man and these heathen nations. So it'd be a righteous thing to pay them back for what they have done. But everything's in the Lord's time. It's not upon our own hands. It's not upon us to do so. That's why Scripture say, wait ye upon the Lord till I rise up to the fray. Okay? Because the Lord's determination is what? To gather those nations together, man, for the final judgment.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually.
Yeah, ye have drunk upon my holy mountain. The nation of Israel, all right? So-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans. And you're still, doing it to this day, man. All right? Scripture speak about Lazarus and the rich man. Okay? So we're in that predicament of the bottom, man, on all these heathen nations, man. We have to go to these heathen nations to the one of all things. You know? So they drunk upon us, man. Look, they stealing our heritage, you know.
They're condemning you for claiming it.
Yeah, and condemning you for claiming it, man. Oh, nah, the goddamn Moabites, they're the lost tribe of Manasseh, you know. And all this madness. So they just,
Everybody but us.
Yeah, right. Everybody but us.
Not us.
What we saying is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Not Moab.
Not Moab.
Not Moab.
Hey, wasn't Moab lost tribe of Manasseh?
Yeah, that's
they
what
just went in the land. They just went in the land a couple years ago.
Some group nation. I remember that crap. Probably maybe 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm in my grandma's room watching television. Oh, you just found a lost tribe of Manasseh.
Right.
You got a bunch. I don't know where the hell it is from. Thailand, Tibet, some type of group. One of them group nations. And they was all crying and they had yarmulkes on their head. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Man.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, like yesterday.
I got something real quick. Okay.
It says, yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down.
They ain't gonna drink like we brought out earlier that cup of judgment that you're gonna that these nations gotta drink, man, for giving us that cup, which was ultimately the Lord's judgment. But now these nations, they have to drink of that, right? And they're gonna have to drink the dregs, man. Okay, they're gonna have to drink down to the dregs, man. Them last drops that be, the leaves, man, that be settled at the bottom, man. You have to drink that down, man. So, and that's that real hardcore wrath that the Lord is gonna bring upon you.
That's the most bitter part.
Yeah, the most bitter part.
It says, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
Hey. So the Lord is gonna bring it down real low, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like you never was a power, man.
Right. Right.
The Lord is gonna bring y'all down to the bottom, to the base, man.
Low to earth.
You know?
Jeremiah 25 and 29. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished? You shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, and saith the Lord of hosts.
Yeah, because the Lord brought evil upon his own people, man. The ones who he cared about. You know? So if the Lord could bring, those evils upon his own people, how much more you heathen nations, especially you damn Edomites, which the Lord don't give two shits about any of you. Right? The Lord don't give two shits. The scriptures compare you nations as nothing, man. Yeah, we are worthless in the eyes of the Lord. So how easy is it going to be for the Lord to bring great judgment upon you? If he brought it upon the ones that he loved, man, the apple of his own eye. Right, brother?
Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye.
Yeah, he that touches you touches the apple of his eye, man. Because we're the Lord's woman, man. Like Jake referred to their women as the apple of their eye. So the Lord did the same thing, referred us to the apple of his eye. Because we're the Lord's woman, man. Jeremiah 6:2. So you touched the woman of the Lord. So now the Lord gotta put hands on you.
You got men out here ready to die for their women. What? You talk about, you even say something wrong about their baby. They woman, they ready to kill you. How much more the Lord?
Verse 9. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them. See, when we be shaking our hand against y'all, but why they always pointing at people? They used to say that. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and it shall be a spoil to their servants. And you shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Lord. And many nations shall be joined to the Lord in that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of thee.
Yeah, and that's the Israelite foreigners, okay? Those are the many nations that's going to be joined to the Lord. It's not talking about all nations, all right, being saved. Those are the Israelite foreigners that's going to return in that day to be joined to the Lord. Okay.
And I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto thee. And the Lord, Yahweh shall inherit Judah, his portion in the Holy Land, and shall choose Jerusalem again. Whoa, wait a minute, Jerusalem? Well, I didn't say it shall choose Edom again.
That's right.
He never told you.
Yeah, and that goes to show you who are those nations, man. That's going to be joined onto Judah and Jerusalem. The ones that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, they're going to be brought back into the fold. Okay?
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 verse 22. Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more.
Man, so if you thought our hell was and we went through some great punishments, man. But guess what? The punishments that Esau gonna go through in these nations in the kingdom, it's gonna look like we went through a walk in the park, man.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have spiritual power in that day. We're gonna have the power to kill you and leave your spirit in your we could dissect you, cut you in half, and leave your spirit still in your body, man, feeling all that.
You know when you was a kid, you used to play like wrestling games. You would create a character. You can make their head extra big and their arms and small. That's how you Edomites gonna be, man. That could be looking deformed, man. That could be looking like something out of like Brendan Stimpy or something. Like they have one big arm and a small arm and a big foot. You have one big foot and a thin leg. You have a foot this wide, this long, but your leg gonna be this thin. And you're gonna have to work like that. You have to work like that, man. I'm gonna make Esau's whole lower body, this from the neck down, this gonna be a foot. Esau gonna have a head, and from the neck down, it's gonna be a foot. And you're gonna have to work like that. You have to find a way to walk over there and pick up that damn pickaxe and work just like that. Because we ain't even gonna have a leg. Right. It's gonna be a foot. Cause we gonna be able to do that to Esau, man. We gonna meditate terror.
That's right, yeah. Just gonna say we can meditate terror.
That's a terrible thing.
Yeah. So we're gonna be thinking, we ain't even have to think. We're gonna have all unlimited knowledge, man. So we're gonna have infinite ways to make you suffer.
Yeah, to make your life a living hell.
That's right.
To where there's no enjoyment at all.
Oh. That's right.
A little bit. Just a little more. Thou scourge of our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy.
Yeah, and that's what we look for, man. We rather mercy over the Lord's judgment, man. Okay? Because we're the Lord's people, man. We're suffering for our transgression, but we know that the Most High is merciful, which He's not going to show mercy onto Esau. But we look forward to the Lord's mercy. That's why the scriptures say, what's that? Mercy rejoices over judgment. Okay? Mercy is greater than judgment, man. So we would rather the mercies of the Heavenly Father than to be judged.
You got it. It's the book of Luke, chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 70. It says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
Yeah, and that's how the Most High speaks, man, through his prophets. Which we're the prophets out here in the highways and byways now. And the Lord always spoke through his men. Sending his men out there on the highways and byways to teach the people.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
Yeah, and that's the message. Know how we're going to be delivered from our enemies. And that's what we're saying. We're going to be delivered out of this white man's hand. All right? And we're going to be dwelling under our Savior, man, the Most High.
And from the hand of all that hate us.
Yep. And from the hand of all, and they show, these nations are showing their hatred towards us. Here, look what they doing. Like, brothers doing this earlier. Look what they doing to Kyrie. Look what they doing to Kanye.
Check that out. That right there shows you the Most High ain't die for everybody.
That's right.
Phone not. That shows you Most High ain't die for everybody. Yahweh died for everybody. Excuse me, because Scripture said, from the hand of all that hate us. So what that mean? The whole world hate the whole world? You can say the whole world? Read about it again. Is that Luke first chapter?
Yep. This is Luke chapter 1 and verse 71. That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
We're going to be saved from our enemies, from the hand of all that hate us. So if the whole world going to be saved, and he's going to save you from the hand that hates you, that means the whole world hate the whole world? I'm going to say the whole world. That don't even make sense. That makes sense. Yo, man, that's why when that time comes, we're going to kill all of you so-called white people. We're going to kill you 2/3, and the Most High give us the power. You know, the nations, the rage we have within, the rage that burns deep within the depths of our souls, that we wish we could unleash upon you now. We can't. But when the Most High gives us the power, we're going to release it, man. We're going to look at people, that dude just liked my video in 2009. And guess what? We're gonna jump on you and kill you, man. That dude told crap in that video. We're gonna kill that guy. That dude's a scoffer. He's the guy that wrote that comment. Remember years ago, he had these motherfuckers writing these damn comments. He was writing gay shit. You probably don't remember. This was back in the early 2010s. Bunch of damn people on the internet always saying some foolish.
I remember those times.
But guess what? When that time comes, the Most High gonna allow us to just, that's that guy. He's GMS is wicked 785. That's him. Kill him. That's how it's gonna be, man. Because remember, Yahweh Shah can read minds, so we're gonna have that same power. But we're saying it shouldn't be being far-fetched. You know?
It says, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant.
Our fathers. That's the pronoun, man. Our fathers.
Ishmael, maybe.
The promise was given to who? Abraham down to Isaac and to Jacob. And what was one of the promises of Abraham, man? He was gonna the Most High was gonna multiply his seed, man. All right, and they was gonna possess everything.
6 times.
Okay.